Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest in that wonderful little town of Belfair, Washington, Hickville, USA as I love to call it. So welcome to my channel everybody. So this is it. This is the beginning of June 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 1. Yes, and thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my love of paper crafting with you. I know I had a couple of days off there when I didn't have a video out there. It's just that I doubled up on those paper pumpkin videos, and then my paper pumpkin was a bit late getting to me, so I couldn't help that. So let's get started. Oh, but before we get started, I want to make sure you can see this. I was at the library because I had to print some things out. So this was on my phone and I didn't print it in color or anything, but I printed out a picture so you can see what I look like. This is me and my hubby on the way to the concert that we just went to. In his car, of course. The car he doesn't let me drive. It hurts my back to drive it because it's a manual. But that's me. That's my hubby. His name is Russell. We are both Navy veterans. He is a 25-year Navy veteran. I am just a 4-year Navy veteran. But so, can you guys see that? That's us on our way. This was actually heading up out of Belfair. And as we were heading up out of Belfair, coming down 3, there was the line of seniors coming down. And it was so great. I know I've said this before, but as we were driving out, we were looking at all the people starting to line the streets, and on some of the signs it said senior slow day. And we looked at each other and like, today's the day. And it was the day that the seniors got to drive through town. Super, I mean, they crawl, guys. They take their time, and so deserving. I mean, it's just a little tradition here in Belfair, and it was so nice to see that. So let's get started. So this kit is called Full of Charm, and it coordinates with, oh my goodness, I just had this, and oh, there it is. It coordinates with the Charming Day suite. So this is a suite which you can buy one suite, get another for 50% off, or buy one piece of a suite and get another piece of a suite 50% off till June 30th, if I've got that correct. I say if I've got that correct, because I don't go up there and read everything, and I'm not printing things to show you, but I'm just showing. It does coordinate with this Charming suite. I did get it. I didn't realize that it was this suite that it went with this one, but it does coordinate with it. So Full of Charm, June 2025. Now, all of the envelopes are the same, but you could make 3 of this one, and this one. So here we go, right? This QR code, as always, would lead you to a video to show you how to put this kit together as it is designed. A visual of everything in the kit. And guess what? We have bling. Finally. With months without any twine or any bling, we have bling. Yes, we have bling. So down here it lists the coordinating colors. Now videos 1 through 5, I'm going to go through and show you everything in the kit. After that, we're going to move along, mosey, like my Mr. Hank the Tank there, my grandson does. So basic beige, berry burst, blackberry bliss, Cajun craze, early espresso, mossy meadow, night of navy, pretty peacock, timid tiger, and gold. Now this one here will lead you to this set of add-on dies called Hugs of Bloom dies that coordinate with April, May, and June's Paper Pumpkin kit. That being said, the new set of dies are out and available, and if you don't mind, because otherwise I'll put them away and I'll forget to write them. These are called the Circle of Season dies, and these will coordinate with July, August, and September of 2025's Paper Pumpkin. And that's what they look like. If you want to look, this is what they do. So you can make an acorn, a strawberry, you have a flower, a little leaf, the circle with that little stitching detail, and a hello. Yeah, baby. So yeah, you can better believe I'll probably be using some of these for this one as well. So just so you know, yes, we have a hello, and I was very happy to see that. Very, very happy indeed. So I have that put in backwards. We'll fix that later. So let's look at the stamps. So we have the leaf that coordinates with the paper. We have the cherry blossom. Thank you, a leaf here. Miss you. Happy birthday to a wonderful friend. Let's celebrate you. These are distinctive image stamps. You'll see that because I'm going to use this one here to do a little stamping on today's card. So let's dig into this kit, trying to decide where to put everything. So here we have some tear tape. We have some adhesive backed sequins, some dimensionals, some glue dots, right? We have Pretty Peacock, and that will go with my spots. I'm going to go through the card bases. So card bases, you better believe I'm cutting these up. I'm going to be cutting them in half. So we have this card base, blank canvas over here. This is what all of the envelopes look like. Today we'll be using an envelope. This is a total blank canvas, both front and back, in my opinion. And then our third, to me, is another blank canvas. Now, you can stencil on top of this. Oh my gosh, there's so much you can do with that. All right. And then we have any other... Oh, we have our sentiment strips. So we have these diamonds, the circles, and these sentiment strips. Not seeing much in trash bit usage, maybe this piece, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's go through the ephemera. So the ephemera, we have what could be wisteria. Actually, the more I look like that, that looks like a lilac, a pink lilac. Kind of looks like my lilac tree there, but a pink one. We have these little bits here, trying to be delicate with them. These ones there. This great big one, right? And if you saw my mail call video, I talked to you about how you could cut that up. These, of course, would go just on top of the one card base, but that's not what I'll be doing with it. No. We should have 3 of those. I only have 2. One's probably in the envelope, and 3 of these, which you can cut those apart. 1, 2, well, hopefully it's still in the envelope. Yep, it's in there. So let's get these in there and get on with what I have prepped. So I do bring in a lot of other items when I do my paper pumpkin kit, guys. It extends it. I love doing my own thing. That's kind of what I just do. And as I'm saying this, oh, I'm like, still can't, I was like going to tell you, I still can't find my stamp and pierce mat. But I found one of them. I have 2. One that I melted. And then I have a nice one. So here we go. I'm going to start, because we have to do the smushy. Just some scrap paper. We'll save that one. We'll do the smushy here. I'm going to be bringing in, let me show you. So the stamps for this kit, the Miss You is great. I don't have a need for the Miss You, but I will make one card, I promise, with it. The birthday one, I'll make one card with it, but I'm not in need of that for my particular mailing purposes. And I mail out a lot of cards every month. So I don't want to just make something because of what they are showing, right? Let me show you. So like they have Miss You to a Wonderful Friend is great. Let's Celebrate You. That's really birthday-ish. I don't want to make it unless I really have a need to. So making one and putting it in my birthday box of cards is great. The Miss You, I could do that too. But I want to make cards that are useful to me that I get to mail out. I have a mailing list and I love mailing out my cards. There's not a better feeling for me to mail, but to get these to be useful. I donate some cards, but I want my cards to be used. So I have to make cards with sentiments that are going to be used for me to keep doing this. There's no sense in me doing a stack of birthday cards every month if I don't mail those out. So please understand why I don't do like 5 cards with birthdays. If I have lots of birthday cards, I don't need to add another 20 birthday cards every month. I would never use all those. So I love this one from Paper Pumpkin. This is December 2024. I use it for more than Paper Pumpkin. We're going to be using just a note today. All right. I was looking for something to do, and I found these delightful little dies that Phyllis had recently sent me. Look at those. So can you guess what they are? They're sunflowers, right? This is a little bow. The bow, I don't think I can work into the design, but I could work in these little sunflowers. And just by chance, we do have a sunflower stamp in Paper Pumpkin. So I'm going to share that with you. So if you were wondering, why is I'm not going too far out of the works here. Right here, August 2022, Sweet Sunflowers. There's a sunflower. There's that. So for one, that would have worked really well. Oh, no. I might just pull that. Just give me a second. I should have pulled that. That looks really, really good. Sometimes this is how it goes, right? And I have a whole bunch of stuff. So 2022. 20. I'm going through my box. 21. There we go. So I think we're going to be using for a one of a kind. So that's what I'm just not using the sunflower because I used the die. And then if you saw my mail call video, I shared with you that I got a whole bunch of embossing folders for $2.99 at the thrift store, my thrift store finds, and I'm going to use one of those in this one. So I am going to pull. We could use that. Oh, the little bees. Oh, the bees, the bees, the bees. You guys know I love these little bees. Are too cute. They are just like the cutest little accent. Those are going to be perfect. All right. And then for a one-of-a-kind friend, that needs another block. Sorry. I thought I had this all together, but apparently I didn't. And then, what is this? Wishing you so much happiness. I don't need that. But the wee little hello, we'll pull that off as well. So, going to set that over there. And let me show you what else we are doing with. So, I'm using this big, large dots embossing folder. I'm also using, instead of Pretty Peacock, I am using Evening Evergreen. So let me show you what we're working with here. So card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Layer number 1 is done. I did some prep work. 4 by 5 1/4, and love the great big dots. So here is one of the sunflowers from those dies. And then this is the connected leaves. I just cut them in half, and then I'm going to glue these 2 pieces. It takes 2 to make that wonderful sunflower. We're going to use this diamond sentiment strip from the kit. We're going to cut open an envelope, do some stamping on it, and then I sent Lori a card. She sent me back the envelope. To a wonderful friend. We're going to use it. It already has thinking of you on it, so we are good to go there. So we probably won't need the wee little hello. So we'll pop that there, and then we're going to get started here. All right, so to cut open an envelope, if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've never seen this done, let me guide you through it. So on your guillotine or trimmer, just put that flap, so it comes flat. Go ahead and crease it. Put the flap on your guillotine right there. Cut that off. Now this side can be used to stamp something, or this could be the detail on a card, or You could put this on, if you had an envelope that had this design on it, you could put that right back on to the back of an envelope. Ideas, right? So we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to take the smallest bit off. We want to open it up. We're going to turn it this way, and we're going to do the same on each side. I'm trying to be careful to take off the smallest amount possible, because I'm going to try to keep this in the center. We're going to open it up. Now we're going to cut off the back side. I'm not using that today. I probably will be using this in another video. You all know me by now. If not, I will be using it. And so what I'm left with is this piece here. Now this piece needs to come down to 3 3/4 by 5. So I am going to start, this ends up being at 4 3/8. I am going to take 3/4 of an inch off. No. I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch off to start. Now I'm going to turn it around the other side and take another 1/4 of an inch off this side. Now to even it out, I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off each side. And that's going to bring me, well, I messed up. I should have done it in 16ths. Oh well, I'm a little off. It's going to have to do. I should have done 16ths of an inch. Okay, let's try this again. So we're here. I'm going to come into halves. Just trying to bring it down to 5 5/8. So I'm going to take it slower. I'm going to take it by 8s. There's an 8. And I'm just going to keep going until I reach 5. Just turning it around. This should be the last time. And I still cut off too much on one end. Well, I tried. These 2 little strips here, those I'm keeping. For what purpose, I don't know. They could go on the inside of the card. I tend to forget to do that, but we're just going to set those aside for now. So now that we have our card, we're going to do the smushy for the leaf. And I am using Evening Evergreen because that is layer number 1's color. And that is the color of my leaves. But these are polymer stamps, even red rubber. They get a little bit of a coating out of the factory. So give them a good smush. The smushy dance. And you will just get a better image stamping. So I'm going to move that aside. Now already here, I'm going to stamp this off, and I'm just going to stamp that like that. Going to bring it to the back and just stamp again without re-inking. So we just add a little bit more to our envelope. The envelope is done. This is going to go this way, just like that. You almost can't see all the polka dots, but they're there, those great big polka dots. So let's do a little bit of stamping, and I'm just stamping in the corners full strength. I just want to add a little color here. Rotate my stamp a bit. I've got dogs locked outside of my room, and they're going to stay that way for now. All right, so this is going to come in here. So I can stamp one here and one about there. So one about here. And I'm going to move it maybe right. Nope, I'm not going to move it. I'm afraid the stem might get in the way. So that's going to be there. This one is going to be here. All right, that's going to get us started. How much of that you're actually going to see, I don't know. We're going to stamp just a note, and as I'm going to stamp this, I'm thinking, I don't know about the color, but we're going to go with it. So just a note in the center, and it's going to fit. I don't need to take a look-see. I knew it was going to fit. Beautiful. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to add a little here. Do the same. My hubby's setting the table. There we go. So we have that. Now that alone probably looks really, really good, but let's go for the inside. For a one-of-a-kind friend, you're wondering why I don't have the full-size evening evergreen. I did. I loaned it out. It got lost and it couldn't get replaced. So I have a little spot, and the spot works just fine. You can, this is a cloth pad. It's not a foam pad. It can take a beating. It really can. It's great. I'm going to stamp off, and I am going to bring it right there, and I'm going to turn it this way, just like that, for a one-of-a-kind friend. Now, don't forget, we have the wee little bees, right? We have our little bees. I don't want to forget to stamp them. I love these little bees. What is summer without a bee? They are so adorable. So we need a yellow, and I have my favorite bumblebee yellow. Hold on a second. Oh, we could, because this is bumblebee, so we're going to use the bumblebee yellow for the body. And if you want to add just a hint of blue, just a hint of blue in the wings, just gives it like a little added bit of like motion to it, in my opinion. So here we have this. Now I'm going to place my sunflowers where I want it before I go and stamp my wee little bees, the wee bees. So we're going to add dimensionals. See, I was worried those might get covered up, but I did stamp them. So let's build the sunflower here. Maybe you also have, I know Stampin' Up's had lots of sunflower dies. I don't have any. I have dies now. Phyllis made sure I had some sunflower dies. Thank you, Phyllis. Here we go. We have a sunflower here. Cinnamon cider and bumblebee. I'm going to pull this out a bit. Pull this out a little bit. And then I'm going to add that there and this there. That's why I needed to cut these. So let's remove this. But I can see from this, right, that we should have, well, maybe we'll do the bee, a bee, a bee, and a bee. Or Or Lori sent me the sweet little gold bees. I think we'll use 3. Boy, I'm being generous if I'm using 3 bees, right? I think we're going to use 3 bees. Let's take a look. Because I can stamp more of the greenery here. Cards just develop as they go sometimes. And we can do 3 gold bees on here. Right? Oh, I love it. The gold bees have it. So we're going to get some more stamping in there. Yep, we're going to get some more stamping in. This is here. I wish that was going a different direction. Part of me is like, cut the stamp. These 2 leaves are in my way. I know. They're just a little too much. But I can work with it. I just don't, and I can't go like this. Actually, I could. I could bring it here. All right. I'm going to go. I wasn't going to go inside the lines, don't color outside the lines. Well, I'm an adult. I can do what I want, right? So we're just going to do this. We're going to start here. And I couldn't ruin this, or this will make it work. And then I'm going to extend this there. Now I have to turn this way and do this way. All right, I'm done now. Nope, I'm not. We're going to do a little there and a little on that side just to fill it in. All right, now I'm done. Can't resist. So now I don't know which way is up or down on this card. So it doesn't really matter. It works. It's perfect. All right, so this is seeping glue, but I want some dimensionals. I'm not sure if I need any glue now. Everything else I think is going to be on dimensionals. Oh, I do need the glue just when I put it in there. We need to put this down. And that will all dry up and be goopy, inside. It'll dry, it'll get hard, and I can pull it out. That happens. Now let's add a little bit more there and there. I woke up and my tailbone hurt, and my daughter and my hubby both asked, well, did you fall? I'm like, no, I didn't fall, unless I fell in my dreams, which I can't remember. I didn't fall, but my tailbone has hurt all day long. I didn't take King to the pool because I told him, I said, my bum hurts, my tailbone hurts. Not sure why, it just hurts. It's just one of those things. All right, one there. I'm gonna do the trio. All right, so excited to be doing paper pumpkin again. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna have this sunflower, this here, and this here. So I guess we could glue, I think I'll glue the leaves down. hopefully tomorrow my tailbone won't hurt and I will take Hank swimming. Friday we are going to a pool party and barbecue at my Aunt Carol's apartment complex. They're having at her pool. She asked if I wanted to come. I said, sure, I will bring Hank. Sure, we will come and go there. Of course we will. Oh, this came out lovely. And I even like that I stamped in the line sometimes. It works out. You know, I always tell you guys, if this doesn't work out, you won't see this video. Oh. Evening evergreen, such a gorgeous color. Now I know the little stitching on the sentiment strip is pretty peacock, but it's so tiny that this works. This just works. And we're gonna put the little weebies. Oh, just love it. We need to, oh no, 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 you don't. You need to stay down. Look at that. It's so adorable. Now I need my little, the trick is to find the super tiny, those actually will work. I don't need to go looking all over the place. We're going to stamp bees. Oh no, we're using the gold bees. I'm like, oh, we're going to stamp the bees. No, we're not. We changed our mind, right? Those are too big. There's some really tiny ones in here. Those are the same ones. Maybe they're all the same. They just look different. I thought I had some really tiny ones. Those are all the same. Maybe that's as tiny as they get. Okay, that could be. I know I have large ones, and then those must be the tiniest ones I have. So we'll just go with these. So we need to place them so I can see them. 1, 2. Down here, I think, is where it needs to have the 2. And this one needs the 1. So 1 here. I have no idea what I'm going to do for video number 2. I just know that this is video number 1, one day at a time, right? No idea what to do about tomorrow's card. Which way do I put the bee? Oh, so lovely. It's so adorable. All right, Winka Stella. I just want a little streak of sunshine on the petals. And that little Boone, I will tell you, oh, I could tell you about Hank too. So Boone, every day when I go out and I feed the birds, he is sneaking further and further out of the backyard, and he knows better. I told my hubby, I said, we need to. He's like, well, just shut the gate. I was like, we need to fix him. He's like, if you shut the gate when you leave and you go into your garden area, he can't leave. I said, all right. Be smart. He's like, yeah, you be smart. Just shut the gate. But so this morning when he woke up, Mr. Hank was sitting upright on the sofa, his hand on Boone's head, and Boone had his head in his lap. The two of them were sound asleep. Hank was snoring. Boone saw me, and Boone gets up, and then Hank falls over on the sofa. Doesn't miss beat. The kid is still snoring. I just was laughing. So this was, I went into the living about 5:30. No, about 6 o'clock. I got up at 5:30. And then I go over there and I gently lifted Hank's head and I put a pillow under his head and I covered him up. And an hour later, he gets up and I said, Hank, honey, I said, why were you asleep sitting upright on the sofa? He's like, because my mom was rude. I said, your mom was rude? He says, yeah, Maji, she was so rude last night. I said, okay. I said, well, hopefully, you have a better day today. And I let it be. And when my daughter got up, I informed her of how he was sleeping and we were laughing. I said, by the way, he tells me that you were rude to him. And she said, rude? She's like, Mom, at 2:30 in the morning, he wakes me up so I can say prayers and put him to bed at 2:30 in the morning. And I told him, oh, no, you are too old for this. If you want routine and to be put to bed with prayers and everything, you go to bed at a decent time because you are not waking me up at 2:30 in the morning for routine and prayers at 2:30 in the morning when I have to get up and go to work the next morning. So that was her being rude to him. So, and I said, well, what time was that? She said, 2:30 in the morning. And he argued with me for a half an hour. And I said, well, did you get up? She's like, obviously no. I said, so he went and pouted on the sofa. She's like, yep, apparently so. And who knows how long he sat in the living room and pouted a bit, but he fell asleep sitting up with Moon in his lap. So yes. Oh, cracks me up, that kid. She was being rude. But him going in and waking her up was not. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you like my first alternative with this kit. Like I said, we just used the sentiment strip. We used one of the stamps. We used the envelope, and I used some dies that the lovely Phyllis gave me. I just used the little Trinket Bees that the lovely Lori gave me. And where is the August 2022's paper pumpkin stamp set? So if you're wondering, if you wanted a sunflower, you could stamp this and fussy cut it out, and you too would have sunflowers. I just used dies. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you come back and visit me here in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.